All right, so once you are comfortable in your seat, then let your hands rest in your lap. Take a moment to feel your spine get taller and let the shoulders feel heavy, drawing down and away from your ears. And once you feel settled in the position, gently close your eyes. It may take a moment for the movement in the eyes to settle. Feel the muscles in the face soften and relax. And just start to notice how you're feeling this morning. What the energy in your body is like. Any sensations that you're aware of already. Notice where your center of gravity is, and if you're leaning a little forward or backward or more to one side than the other. And if so, just subtly adjust your spine so that it feels perfectly centered over the back of the hips. Notice the contact of the hips against the floor or the support beneath you. And let go of any holding or effort in the legs. So if you feel your hip flexors or thighs engaged, try and let that soften so the knees just melt toward the floor. Let the ankles be soft. And let the only effort in the body be really in the lower and middle back and the lower abdominals, just to help keep you really upright and prevent the spine from rounding. Let go of effort that you notice anywhere else in the body. And bring your attention to your own breath. Notice the sound and the sensation of your breath and where your body is expanding and contracting with each cycle. Begin to purposefully slow down your inhalation. Take more time to fill the lungs, creating a broad expansion all the way around the ribcage. And let the exhalation naturally respond to that, slowing down the release of the air. Once the breath feels settled in this slower, deeper rhythm, you can float the eyes open. We're going to inhale the arms up overhead. Join your palms together and gaze up toward your thumbs, energizing all the way up the back. Active energy through the arms as you press the hands against each other. Each time you breathe in, try and get a little longer in your spine. One more breath in, and then exhale, slowly float the arms down. Good, take the hands behind you, unfold your legs and extend them out in front of you. Point through your toes to release the ankles a little bit, and then flex them again. Good, and then squeeze your shoulder blades together. Keep your toes pointed and lift your ribcage and chest as high as you can to arch your back. Feel your chest expand with every breath in. Try to create a deeper arc in the upper back. One more inhalation. And then exhale, let it go. Good, bend your knees and place your feet about as wide as your mat. Lean forward and hold the ankles or the shins. Take a deep breath in and lift up tall. And then exhale, tuck your chin around your spine. Bring the upper body through the legs. Let your neck lengthen and feel really heavy in the head. As you breathe, feel your sides and back expand. The next time you inhale, roll up. Good. All right, from here, let's come into table pose on the hands and knees. You can put aside anything that you might have been sitting up on. And we'll take some spinal waves. On an inhalation, lift your tailbone, chest, and chin. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and the chin as you round the back. Again, inhale, arching the spine. Exhale, rounding. And just continue through both directions at the speed of your own breath. And the next time you exhale through the rounded back, let's hold there. Really hollow out your front, spread the shoulder blades apart, and try and bring the chin to the chest. It's a little more challenging to breathe here, so let your inhalation expand in the sides and back of the body. And the next time you inhale, let's release back to a neutral table pose. Exhale, walk the arms forward and press your chest down toward the floor now, lengthening the abdomen and extending the spine and shoulders. Press strongly against your hands and try and straighten the arms the way you would in full down dog. Let your upper arms and shoulders be really active. And take 5 more breaths here. And on an inhalation, come on back up, table pose. And then we'll step the right foot in between the hands for a low lunge. Warm up the hips and hamstrings. You can come up on the fingertips or on blocks if the floor feels too far away. Slide your left knee a little farther back and point those toes. Get nice and low in your hips here, stretching the quad and psoas. On an inhalation, rise up to balance in low crescent lunge, lifting up through the spine and the arms. Find a single focal point either in front of you, or you can gaze up if you want to challenge your balance. And then on an exhalation, we're going to put the left hand down and twist. Rotate from your waist, reaching up with the right arm. Good. Every time you exhale, see if you can get a little more rotation up the spine. One more breath in. Exhale, Good. Tuck your back toes under and lift that knee off the ground. High lunge. Getting really active and straight through that leg. On an inhalation, rise up again, balancing in a high crescent lunge. Good. Squeeze your inner thighs toward each other. Imagine a line down the center of your mat, and you're going to hug in toward that line to help stabilize and balance in the pose. Good. Exhale the hands behind the back. Clasp your fingers together. Roll the shoulders back and gently extend your arms behind you, opening your chest. One more breath in. Exhale, release, lean down and put the hands on the floor. Look at your back foot and hop it a few inches closer to the front of your mat, and then press back in the hips and try to straighten the front leg, folding forward for pyramid pose. If the hamstrings are tight, you can put your hands on blocks and not fold quite as much. Don't worry if the leg doesn't straighten perfectly just yet. Just trying to get a good stretch in the hamstrings. Good. Look toward the front of your mat and then step your back foot to the front, hang over both of your legs in a standing forward fold. And put a slight bend to the knees here. Just let your spine drape down. Loose through the neck, nice and heavy through the head. And put the hands against your shins. Inhale to the flat back position, getting long through your arms and spine. And then exhale, fold forward, let it go. Twice more, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Once more, inhale. Exhale, fold. Good. Bend the knees and plant your palms on the mat. Walk back to plank pose. Line the shoulders over the palms and squeeze the legs together, holding for 5 breaths. One more breath in. Exhale, bend your elbows and lower to the ground. Point your toes, squeeze your shoulders back. Inhale to low or high cobra pose. Exhale and let it go. Twice more. Inhale to roll up and arch back. Exhale to release. And last one. Inhale, open your chest. Exhale, let it go. Good. Press back up to your knees. And we'll take that sequence for the other side. Step your left foot in between your hands or put the hands on blocks. Slide your right knee back. Point the toes and get nice and low in your hips here. On your next breath in, rise up, low crescent lunge. Lifting up out of the low back. Reaching all the way to the fingertips. With an exhalation, put the right hand down and take your twist, rotating from the waist all the way up to your chest. And with an exhalation, left hand to the floor. Good. Tuck your back toes under and lift that knee nice and high, strong through the front side of the leg. On your next breath in, rise up again, balancing in high crescent lunge. Good. Squeeze your inner thighs toward that imaginary midline, stabilizing the legs. Exhale the hands behind the back. Take the other thumb on top. Roll your shoulders back and gently extend the arms behind you. Good. Try and keep that back knee nice and high. On an exhalation, gently release. Lean down, hands to the floor or your blocks. Look at your back foot. Hop it a few inches closer to the front of the mat, and then press back in the hips, trying to straighten the front leg as you fold forward. Pyramid pose. Good, look at the front of your mat. Exhale and step forward. Hang over both of your legs in a forward bend. This time let's hold on to the elbows and feel your shoulders really melt down, nice and loose through the neck. We're going to sway the torso side to side like a pendulum, back and forth. Let that movement really start in the low back. Good, let the motion stop and release the arms. On an inhalation, we're going to rise up to stand. Open the arms, come all the way up and reach over your head. And exhale, arms to your sides. Good, we're going to take a few rounds of sun salutations. Make sure you're toward the front of your mat so you've got room to step back. On inhalation, begin by reaching up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose, walk back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, make your way to downward facing dog. Take 5 deep breaths. One more inhalation, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rise up and reach over your head. Exhale, release. Second round, inhale, reach up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take your time getting there. Spread the fingers widely and press back. One more breath in, look forward. Exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach overhead. Exhale, release. Once more through. Inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Stay here and breathe. One more breath in, look forward. Exhale, feet to the hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release. Good. Make sure your feet are about hip width apart. We're going to come into chair pose. Bend the knees, sit way back, and extend your arms and spine forward. Good. Strong in the low, middle back. Lift your chest up. Three more breaths. With your last breath out, dive forward, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees and lunge your left leg all the way back. Good, once it's there, ground that heel to the floor so you open the hip and come up to warrior right arm forward, left arm back. Good, if your feet aren't wide enough apart, go ahead and adjust here so you can get really low in your front leg. Good, spread the arms apart, but squeeze the shoulder blades together. Good, get a little lower in your front leg and then reverse the arms. Left arm down, right arm up, and then start to gently lean back as you take the right arm over your face toward the end of your mat. On your next breath out, slowly return to warrior two. Inhale and straighten the front leg. Lean your hips back and your upper body forward, reaching as far as you can. And then pivot the arms for triangle pose. Right arm down, left arm up. Use your shin, ankle, or block here with the right hand. Good. Squeeze every muscle in the thighs. Really support the extension of your knees. And look down at the ground. We're going to bend the front knee and place the hands on either side of the foot. Lift your back heel up and put that knee down on the ground. Low lunge. Let's take both arms inside of the right foot. Move it over a little bit and turn it out. And then let that knee and thigh fall away from your shoulder. You can come up on your knuckles if you like, or bring your forearms to blocks or the floor. We're just going to sway the hips right and left, going deeper into the stretch and pulling away from it. Just a little bit of rocking. Good, you can let that rocking motion stop. We're going to move the foot even farther to the right, getting it out of the way. Plant your palms shoulder width apart. Lift your back knee up and step to plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, down dog. Just take a moment to arrive here and notice the difference between the right and left side, how that hip and leg feel. On your next breath in, look forward, and exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's just stay here again, holding onto the elbows. Let the shoulders and the neck melt. If you like, you can sway your torso again. Just feeling your spine get longer. Good, let go of the elbows. We're going to stay in the forward bend and come to chair pose from here. So bend your knees deeply, sitting way back. Inhale, sweep the arms and spine forward. Good, a few breaths here. Strong in the low and middle back, and lift your chest. On your next exhalation, dive forward, let it go. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, bend your knees, lunge your right leg all the way back. Good. Once it's there, place that heel on the ground and come up to warrior two. Left arm forward, right arm back. Nice deep bend in that front knee. Good. Looking over one of your front fingers here. Really extend the arms apart. Get a little lower in the front leg and then reverse the arms. Right arm down, left arm up, and then start to gently lean back. Take this arm over your face. Big side stretch. The next time you exhale, return to warrior two. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Exhale, lean the hips back and the upper body forward. And then pivot your arms. Left arm down, right arm up, triangle. Good, keep the legs active. Use your shin, ankle, or block. And stay long through both sides of your ribcage. Good, look down at the ground. You're going to bend the front knee and place the hands on either side of the foot. Lift your back heel up and put that knee down. Low lunge. Let's take both arms inside of the front foot. Move it over a little bit and turn it out and let the knee fall away from your shoulder. Good, you can be up on the fists or down on your elbows. Start to sway the pelvis side to side, going a little deeper into the hip opening and then backing away from it. Some movement sometimes can help loosen up tight hips. You can let that motion stop. Let's inch the foot farther out to the side so that you can plant your hands under the shoulders for plank. Lift your back knee up and step that foot back. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Point your toes. Check that your palms are right outside of your chest and squeeze your shoulders back as close as you can. And then rise up to a high cobra and stay here. Really squeeze the glutes and the legs to help support your low back. Feel your shoulder blades glide down, but your sternum lift up, really stretching the front of the abdomen. Good, on an exhalation, slowly roll down. Tuck your toes, press up to your knees. And then drop back to child's pose. You can take your knees wider if you like. Settle the hips to the heels and let your arms and shoulders relax out in front of you. Close your eyes here. Just start to bring your attention back to the breath if it was elsewhere. And consciously slow down your breathing. And from here, you can come back to table. We're going to come into threading the needle to get a good shoulder opening and twist. So starting in table, we're going to raise the left arm up and open to that side. With some momentum, exhale and sweep the arm under you, bringing the shoulder and the side of the head to the floor. Move your right hand over a little and push the floor with it to lean back on the left shoulder. Trying to spread the shoulder blade away from your spine and stretch all the muscles that attach there. Deep, exaggerated breath. And if you feel stable here, you can raise your right arm up into the air and let it fall back in space to open the chest and the front of the armpit. One more breath in. Exhale the right hand to the floor. Press against it, come off of your left shoulder and reach up to the left again, counter twist. Good, back to table pose. Other side, raise your right arm up with a little momentum. Exhale, sweep it under you so the shoulder and the right side of your head come to the ground. Move your left hand over and push the floor with it to lean back, creating that twist that goes into the upper back and spread the shoulder blade away from your spine. And breathe into that space in the upper back. If you feel stable here, you can try raising your left arm up and let the weight of the arm just fall back in space, creating that deep opening in your chest. One more breath in. Exhale that hand back to the floor. Press the ground and come off the right shoulder and reach up to the right again. Good, and release. All right, so we're gonna work on dolphin pose. You're gonna come down to your forearms and your elbows. Cross your forearms and hold the outside of your elbows to get a good starting distance, and then clasp your fingers together in front of you. Whichever one of your pinky fingers is on the bottom, tuck it into your palm so you have a flat surface and you don't kind of put pressure on that little bone. So you're gonna press your fists and elbows against the ground, glide your shoulders back so they're not creating tension in your neck, and then tuck your toes, press the hips back, and then up, dolphin pose. Just like down dog, except around the forearms here. So we're trying to elevate the hips and get low in the armpits and chest. Good, breathing deeply here. You're probably going to find that it's much more challenging to straighten the legs, so don't force that. If you need to keep the knees bent, it's much more important to straighten your back than it is to straighten your legs. If you need a break at any point, just put the knees down and take a rest. If you're still here, let's try for 5 more breaths. With your last breath out, bring the knees to the floor and take a rest in child's pose. Let your shoulders relax. I like wrapping my arms around the legs after dolphin pose and letting the shoulders melt down toward the floor. If you prefer the arms forward, that's fine. Just make sure you're not holding in your shoulders. And we're going to take that one more time, and we're going to hold dolphin just a few breaths. From dolphin, we're going to walk the legs back and end up in forearm plank for a few breaths, and then walk the feet forward and return to dolphin. All right? So let's get the elbows and the forearms back down, find that good distance, clasp the fingers, get that bottom pinky finger in so you've got your flat surface. Good, when you're ready, press the elbows and the fists against the mat, glide the shoulders back, and lift up. Dolphin pose. Steady your breath. And keep that strong energy in the forearms and the fists. We're going to walk the feet back one at a time so that we have a long stance for forearm plank. And then let your pelvis come down toward the floor and your chest forward toward your fist until you can feel that your body is in a straight line parallel to the ground. Forearm plank. Good. Press really strongly against your fists and elbows. And we're going to return. Lift your hips. Walk your feet closer to your elbows. Find dolphin pose. Last few breaths. Good, and let it go. Knees to the floor. Let's take the knees together. Sit back on your heels and walk your arms and upper body over to the right. We're going to take a side child's pose. And once you're in that side bend, then drop your upper body toward the legs. Let your head drop. You feel a big stretch down the left side of your upper body. And lift the head, walk the hands back to the center and then over to the left, creating a side bend. And then lower your upper body toward the legs, dropping the head. Good, take it back to the center. And then lift yourself up. We're gonna have a seat in the middle of the mat and do a little bit of core work with boat pose. So you're gonna sit with your knees bent, get tall in your spine, and hold the back of your thighs. Lift up through your chest. You're gonna lean back and lift the feet, finding a little balance point on the back of the hips. And then raise your feet as much as you're able to. If you can't get the legs perfectly straight, that's fine. More important is the back being straight, just like in down dog. And then if you can, let go of the legs and reach the arms forward for boat. Slow, steady breath. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Bring the soles of the feet together. Open your knees out to the side. Sit up nice and tall. And then fold forward. Seated bound angle pose. You can hold your feet or your ankles, whatever you comfortably reach. Good, we're going to come into that again. So lift up and close the knees. Hold the back of your thighs and sit up really tall. Lean back and find that balance point and raise your feet. Good, if you can, let go and reach the arms forward. Last breath in. Exhale, let it go. Good, soles of the feet together. Open the knees and hold the ankles or the feet. Once more in seated bound angle. On an exhalation, fold forward. Good, inhale and lift up. You bring the knees back together. Plant your feet about hip width apart and lean your hands behind your back. Let the fingers face the back of your mat so you're on the palms. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then we're going to lift the hips up to reverse tabletop pose. So pressing against the hands and the feet, trying to get the pelvis nice and high, stretching the front of the hip flexors. One more breath in, and exhale, let it go. Good. Hold the back of your thighs and roll yourself down to your back. Once you're there, bend your knees a bit more and bring the heels closer to your hips. We're going to take bridge pose. Lay the arms down alongside the body and roll the shoulder blades closer together under your back. Then when you're ready, lift the hips up again, trying to find a nice arch in the upper back. Breathing deeply. One more breath in. And exhale, roll down, let it go. Separate your shoulders, let your arms relax. Just take a few breaths here to recover. And when you're ready for the second round, get your shoulder blades closer together again underneath you. So already opening your chest. And then press against your feet and hands. Lift your hips high for bridge. And if it's comfortable to connect the fingers underneath you, you can clasp the hands and tuck the shoulders even closer if you're doing that. Pressing your fist against the ground, elbows straight underneath you. One more breath in. Exhale, roll down. Separate the arms, separate the shoulders. Take a few breaths here. And then one final bridge pose when you're ready. Set up the shoulders, and then lift the hips and the rib cage. Nice, slow, deep breath. One more inhalation. And exhale, let it go. Good. Let the arms open out to the sides once you're down on your back again. So the palms face up, arms are about shoulder height. Separate your feet as wide as your mat and slowly drop the knees back and forth from side to side. Letting your pelvis rock, loosening up the lower back. The next time your knees drop to the left side of your mat, let them stay down there. Get really heavy through the right leg. Try and feel the inner thigh and the inner knee really drop toward the ground. And then raise your right arm up and over your head, stretching it away from the right hip, getting longer through that side. Take 5 breaths here. And after those 5 breaths, bring the knees up and let the right arm come out to the side again. Drop the knees to the right side and let them hang down. Feel your left inner thigh and knee really go down toward the mat. And then raise your left arm up and over your shoulder, actively reaching it away from the hip to get longer through that side. One more breath in. And then exhale, let it go. Good, bring your knees back up and you can bring the feet closer together. Hug the knees to your upper body and wrap the arms around your legs. Just rock a little bit here from side to side. And then rock your knees around in a wide circle a few times in each direction. Okay, we're gonna finish with a reclined hip and hamstring sequence here. So find your strap if you have it nearby. We're gonna start with the hamstring release sequence. So you can bring your, keep your right knee to your chest and slide your left leg down on the mat. And then grab your strap, place it around the ball of the right foot. And once you have it, lie down and extend that leg up toward the ceiling. Hold the strap with straight arms and a tight grip. And pull down against the strap so there's tension in it, while at the same time you push the foot up against that point. Nice deep hamstring stretch. And gather the strap in the left, or the right hand, right hand only. And we're going to slowly open the right leg out to the side. Contract through your core to stabilize the body so you don't tip over. And keep the left leg connected to the ground. Breathing into this hip opening, finding your max range of motion. Good, on an exhalation, contract the inner thigh, bring the leg up. Change hands, left hand on the strap, and cross it over your pelvis any amount while keeping that leg nice and straight. The right arm's going to relax on the floor. Good, inhale, lift the leg back up. Take both hands on the strap again, and we're going to take a little lift. Tuck your chin toward your chest, contract your abdominals, and roll your back off the mat, trying to bring the nose toward the knee. The left leg stays grounded on the floor. On an exhalation, roll back down, bend the knee toward you, and remove the strap from the foot, and let that leg come down. Good, adjust your hips if you need to. You can shake out the legs. Just let go of the intensity from the right side. And then when you're ready to switch, bring the left knee in toward your chest, lift up and place the strap around the ball of the foot. Lie back down once you have it as you straighten that leg, pressing the foot against your strap. Good, adjust your arms so that you can hold the strap with a straight arm and a really tight grip that you're going to pull down against. And at the same time, push the foot up against it. So those two opposing energies should keep the strap really taut. And take the strap in the left hand only. Slowly open the leg out to the side as you contract your core to stabilize the upper body and continue to press the right leg down against the floor. The next time you exhale, bring the leg back up, change hands, and cross the leg over to the right side, any amount. Smooth, deep breathing still. And then lift your leg back up to starting position. Both hands on the strap again. Last variation, tuck your chin to the chest, engage your core, and lift your back off of the ground, trying to bring the nose and knee closer together. Keeping the right leg on the mat. Good, exhale, roll down, bend the knee toward you, and get rid of the strap. We're done with that. And release that leg to the ground. Good, shake out the legs a little bit, let go of some of that intensity from the thighs. Good, and then we're going to take reclined pigeon pose. Bend both of your knees, planting the feet hip width apart. Cross your right ankle to the left thigh and press the right knee away from your upper body. You can stay here if that's already enough, or bring the legs in toward you, reach through the space, and hold onto the back of your left hamstrings. And if this feels good, you can rock a little side to side. Again, some movement can help loosen up any muscles that are gripping or resisting the shape of the pose. One more breath in. Exhale, let it go. Uncross the ankle. Other side. Left ankle to the right thigh. Press the left knee forward away from your face. And then if you like, Second step, bring the legs in and reach through the space, holding the right hamstrings. A little bit of rocking if that feels good. And when you're ready to release, exhale and let it go. Good. Final pose here, we're going to take a reclined twist. Cross your right thigh over your left thigh. And adjust your hips over to the right side of your mat a little bit, and then drop the knees over to the left. So eagle legs for a reclined twist. Let the arms float out to the side, palms facing up. And if this doesn't feel good in your knees to do this with your legs crossed, you can just take the simple twist with the left leg straight down and just the right knee bent and crossed over. The next time you exhale, slowly lift your knees. And then uncross your thigh. Adjust your hips so they're centered below you, and just pause for a moment to let your back and rib cage relax. And when you're ready for the other side, cross your left thigh tightly over your right one. And then adjust your hips over to the left side of your mat a few inches. And then drop the knees to the right. Eagle leg twist. When you're ready to come out, exhale and slowly lift the knees, uncross the left thigh, and slide your hips so they're centered below your shoulders. Pause for a moment to let your spine and ribcage settle. And if your back feels comfortable, you can just get settled for Shavasana. If you need a little release for your back, hug the knees in one more time and just rock on your low back. And then we'll spend the next few minutes just resting in corpse pose. So make sure your body is comfortable. Grab any extra layers of clothing if you tend to get a little cold. I'll find my sweatshirt. Great. So once you are comfortable and relaxed on your back, then gently close your eyes. Take a brief moment to scan through your body from head to toe. Just checking in to make sure that you've let go of any lingering active energy in the muscles or your joints. Let your body start to feel really heavy as it sinks down into the floor. Close the eyes if you haven't already. And take a deep breath in through your nose and exhale out through your mouth. Feel your lower jaw relax and let go of the tongue and the throat. Feel the back of your neck soften and the shoulders melt into the ground. Let your natural breath return to the body, letting go of that deep, focused breathing now, letting go of the attention on the breath, just letting it be. Enjoy these next few minutes of deep rest for the body and mind. I'll cue you in a few minutes when it's time to move and get up. Slowly bring your attention back to your breathing and take a few deeper breaths to cue your body that you're about to move. And start by moving a little bit through the fingers and toes, ankles and the wrists, adding any other movement or stretch that would feel good to you right now. And then eventually bend your knees and roll over to one side, curling up into a fetal pose for a brief moment. And just pause there on your side and notice how you feel in your body right now. If anything has shifted for you throughout the course of this session. And with as little effort as possible, just feel your way upright to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed and your focus inward. Get tall again through your spine, feeling the energy draw up from the low back all the way out the crown of the head. And then join the palms together in front of the heart, and we'll end chanting Om one time. Take a deep breath in. Om. Exhale and gently bow your head, acknowledging yourself for making time and space to practice this morning, and expressing gratitude to your body for all the strength and support it gives you every single day. And thank you so much for being here this morning. I hope you enjoyed this class. It's great to see you all. Have a wonderful rest of your day.